A lot of business owners think that success means you're doing everything right. You've got steady clients, predictable revenue, maybe even a small team. You're competent, you're profitable, and honestly, you're pretty good at what you do. But here's what nobody tells you about being good at business: the better you get at doing what you've always done, the harder it becomes to do anything different. And that's exactly why your business has stopped growing, because you're not failing anymore. You're not learning anymore. You're too good to grow. Now, I know that sounds backwards. How can being good at something be bad for your business? But stick with me, because what I'm about to share with you is the hidden reason why so many established businesses hit a wall. And more importantly, I'm going to show you exactly how to break through that wall. You see, there's three things happening to successful business owners that actually work against growth. And once you understand these three things, you'll see why working harder isn't the answer. In fact, it might just be making things worse. It could be that success has become your biggest enemy. So let me tell you about Sarah. She built a marketing agency from zero to multiple six figures. She knew her clients inside and out. She could deliver results with her eyes closed. But 3 years later, she was stuck at the exact same revenue. What got you here won't get you there. You think about this. The skills that took you from zero to where you are now are completely different from the skills you need to get to your next level. When you started, you were scrappy. You said yes to everything. You figured it out as you went. But success also taught you to be careful. It taught you to stick with what works. The problem, though, is what works stops working when the market changes. Your comfort zone becomes a prison. You know exactly how to handle your current client load, but you have no idea how to double it, much less 10x it. You know how to manage your current team, but you don't know how to scale it. You're operating from a playbook that got you here, but not one that will get you there. Because here's where it gets really dangerous. You see, past wins will create blind spots for you. Every time something worked in the past, your brain files it away as the right thing to do all the time. You stop questioning if there's a better way. You stop experimenting. You start believing that your way is the only way. And while you're busy being right about the old way, well, the world moves on without you. And I see this all the time with business owners who hit a plateau. They keep doing more of what made them successful instead of doing something different. They're like a hammer looking at every problem like a nail. The very competence that built their business becomes the ceiling that limits it. The real problem here is that you focus on protecting instead of expanding. Because here's what happens once you realize that success might be working against you. You don't fix it, you double down on it because you're terrified of losing what you've built. Think about when you first started your business. You had nothing to lose. Every decision was about growth because there was nowhere to go but up. But now you've got something to protect. You've got clients who depend on you. You've got employees counting on their paychecks. You've got a reputation in the market. So instead of asking, how can I grow this? You just ask, how can I not mess this up? The fear of losing what you have becomes the filter for every decision that you make. New marketing strategy? It's too risky. It might upset current clients. A new hire? What if they don't work out and we lose all that time? A new service offering? Well, what if it fails and damages our reputation? But here's the thing about fear-based decision making. Risk aversion does not eliminate risk. It just trades one type of risk for another. You think you're being safe by staying where you are, but standing still in a moving world is actually a very risky thing to do. Your competitors are not standing still. Your market is not standing still, and technology is definitely not standing still. You've switched from playing to win to playing not to lose. And those are two completely different games with completely different outcomes. When you're playing to win, every move is designed to put you ahead. But when you're playing not to lose, then every move is designed to keep you from falling behind. One mentality creates growth while the other just creates stagnation. And the business owners who break through that plateau of sameness are the ones who are still willing to risk their comfort for growth. They understand that the biggest risk isn't failing, it's staying exactly where you are while the world passes you by. You see, the way out is to bet on your future instead of protecting your past. But the question becomes, how do you break out of the cycle? How do you go from being too good to grow to actually growing again? Well, you have to fundamentally shift your focus from what you might lose to what you could gain. The way out is simple, but it's not easy. You have to stop managing what you have and start building what you want. Most business owners spend 80% of their time maintaining their current business and 20% or less building their future business. But the ones who break through, they flip that ratio. They ask different questions. Instead of, how do I protect my current revenue? They ask, what would I need to do to double it? And the ones that experience exponential growth ask, how can they 10x their business? Because it's actually easier because there may be 100 ways to 2x your business, but only 3 ways to 10x it. Instead of asking, how do I keep my best clients happy? The best entrepreneurs ask, how do I attract 10 more clients just like those best clients? Because that's a completely different conversation with completely different solutions. But here's where the rubber meets the road, because you have to invest in growth even when it feels risky. That means hiring before you think you can afford it. It means spending money on systems before you desperately need them. It means saying no to some good opportunities so you can say yes to great ones. And I know what you're thinking, Chad, that sounds dangerous. What if this doesn't work? And you're right, it might not work. But here's what I know for sure. What you're doing now definitely will not work for the long term. I'm sorry to say it, but it's likely you're already failing, but you're just failing slowly and comfortably. The breakthrough happens when you choose temporary discomfort over the long-term plateau. The breakthrough happens when you're willing to feel uncertain for 6 months instead of feeling stuck for 6 years. Time is going to pass either way. So don't you want to grow your business instead of just surviving in your business all that time? You see, business owners making serious money, they got comfortable being uncomfortable. They aren't changing just to change. They aren't throwing hand grenades in their business, but they have realized that growth and comfort can't coexist. Actually, ironically, they've learned to actually find comfort in the uncomfortable change that is required for growth. Your past got you here, but it won't get you there. The question is, are you going to bet on your future or just keep protecting your past? The hidden reason successful businesses stop growing isn't because you're doing something wrong, it's because you're doing everything right. You become too good at running the business that you have instead of building the business that you desire. First, your success has become your biggest enemy. The very skills and strategies that got you here will not get you there. Your comfort zone has become a prison, and your past wins are creating blind spots that keep you stuck. You shifted from playing to win to playing not to lose. Instead of focusing on expansion, you're focused on protection. You're so afraid of losing what you have that you've stopped building what you could have. But there is a way out. You have to bet on your future instead of protecting your past. You need to stop managing what you have and start building what you want. You need to choose temporary discomfort over the long-term plateau of comfort, because growth and comfort cannot coexist. Now, here's the thing. Even when you understand this concept, there's still one massive trap that keeps business owners stuck. And that's the belief that the solution is to work harder. That if you just put in more hours, more effort, more hustle, that you'll break through. It's likely that you don't have any more spare time to even think about how to shift to this growth mindset. But working harder when you're already stuck just makes you more stuck. It's like spinning your wheels in the mud, and the harder you spin, the deeper in the mud you get. So if you want to understand why working harder is actually keeping you stuck and what to do instead, make sure you watch this video right here. It might be the most important business lesson you'll learn this year. So I'll see you in the next video.